Hey guys, Malachite here. I'm not sure if I've ever shown you all my books. I don't have a whole bunch of like witchy magic philosophy kind of books. Um, there's a lot of stuff there on Buddhism and Buddhist philosophy, and then a lot of the darker stuff, which I showed you guys last night. The Inner Temple of Witchcraft. The moon phase astrology was given to me by a friend who kind of is not sure she's pagan anymore, so she's giving me some of her books. The Celtic Twilight is squeezed right into the Encyclopedia of Celtic Wisdom. I've got one Doreen Virtue book, the Goddesses and Angels. I was real into her when I first got into this paganism thing, when I thought I was a light worker. And I kept that one because there's some interesting stuff I kind of want to look at. By Oak, Ash, and Thorn is like a druidic shamanism kind of book. And then, of course, The Spiral Dance by Starhawk, I finally found used. Women Who Run with Wolves. With the Wolves, pardon me. I found this copy and I was super happy, if you can see it, because it's a large trade paperback and the words are bigger, so it's going to be easier for me to read. And I got that at the used bookstore. And then you guys have seen the Women's Encyclopedia of Myths and Secrets. And of course we've got the Solitary Witch by Silver Ravenwolf. And I'm going to, of course we've got the witch book over here. And then I'll show you a couple more. I'm going to turn you around and attempt not to get the cat litter into this video. It was in the other video and that was super embarrassing, so let's try not to do that this time. I only have one place I can put it and it's right over there, so there's a couple more that I have to move to put the tripod up. I've got High Magic. These, like, probably over 50% of this library, well, over a quarter of it was gifted, and then part of it is used, and a few things I bought new. And then I've got The Feast of the Morrigan, which I'm currently reading, by Christopher Penczak. This is one I'm study reading, so this is going to take a while. I've got, you guys probably saw this one the other night, The 78 Degrees of Wisdom, which I'm going to read after I do the 21 ways to read a tarot card, which if anyone saw my tarot review video the other night, you saw this one. I have a ton of pagan-y type things on my Nook. You can get a lot of free stuff for your Nook. Did I turn this off? I'm going to be turning this back on while we're talking. And then I was given Earth, Air, Fire, and Water, More Techniques of Natural Magic by Scott Cunningham as well. This is one I was recently given. This is making me crazy. I bent the cover. I can't stand to bend the covers on my books, and I can't stand to break the binding. And I'm going to have to get over that because a lot of these books are basically like textbooks, and you have to open them wide to see what you're looking at. Because like this is an all-purpose candle spell. Now I'm not going to be able to see that if I'm doing this with the book. So, hey, I worked in the school library for a school year, and I worked in a bookstore for a few months, and I just love books and I like them to look like they've never been touched. It's a thing I have. I will buy used books that look like they've been messed up, but if there's a copy that doesn't look like it's been messed up, I'm going to grab that one first. I have this one, which I consider witchy because it's paranormal. Seeking Spirits, The Lost Cases of the Atlantic Paranormal Society. This was a wonderful Christmas gift from my best friend, and I love this book so much. I really, really look up to Grant Wilson a lot as a paranormal investigator. He's very down to earth, and he's very good at what he does. And the thing I appreciate about him the most is the respect that he shows the spirits. And he always says they were people once too. Talk to them like they were people. And I really, really respect him for that. And the one time I did an actual investigation with a group, and I think I talked about that in the paranormal video, I spoke to that spirit like it was a person, and it manifested into a globule, and that was kind of a big deal to me, and I could feel it, like the room, the temperature just dropped, and there it was, you know. And that's what I did from then on, and I just have a lot of respect for him. He no longer does the investigating like with Ghost Adventures and stuff, because he was away from home way too much. So if you're still wondering what he's doing now, this is a sidetrack from the books, but go to YouTube and look up Grant Wilson piano or something like that. He plays piano by ear, and he writes music, and it is absolutely beautiful. He and a friend of his own a gaming company. Once again, brain, can't remember anything. Seriously, I need to get that checked. I've had it checked, but no one's paying any attention to what's coming out of my mouth. So anyway, yeah, go just type in Grant Wilson Gaming Company, or his website. That's probably easy. Just type in Grant Wilson and find his website, and you'll find they do board games, card games, things like that are for geeky people like me. And but I don't think you have to be geeky to enjoy them. And then he and his wife have a band as well called Carpet Shark, which is pretty cool. She has a beautiful voice. So anyway, I enjoy this book. It's cool. It's got pictures, but I think I showed you guys this book the other night, so I'm not going to show that off. And then my roommate came in the other night carrying this, which I thought was pretty cool, because we were talking about crystals and stones and things, and she's like, well, she had the Crystal Bible, but she gave that away. But she had this, and I like it because it's organized into colors, which is pretty good for a beginner. Because that's the first thing that you're going to remember is, oh, that stone was blue. I saw it, someone was wearing it, it was blue. I know it was blue. You're going to remember that. And then you can come in here and look. Now, some of it's shown in raw form, so usually people wear it in tumbled form, but it's still, I think, helpful. Personally, I think it's really helpful, and it's one of my favorites, Sodalite. Anyway, it's a really cool book, and I think it's a good book to start with, to see if this is something that you're interested in learning more about and doing. I've always liked rocks and stones. I don't know if it's something that I really want to work with, like hardcore work with. I know that there's something I want to incorporate into altars and into rituals because of their energies. But I've always loved rocks and stuff ever since I was a little kid. I was constantly picking up a pretty rock that I would find on the ground and bringing it home. I just always have liked them. Let me get into my library here on my Nook, and I'll show you some other stuff that I have. This was not free, but it's freaking cool. It's Fallen Angels and the Origins of Evil by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. This is in my library as well. It's about why the Book of Enoch was oppressed and it's Startling Revelations. And let me get somehow get back to my library. I haven't used my Nook in forever, as you can see. Here, let's just hit the Nook button. There we go. And then, oops, wrong button. My shelves. I have a whole shelf. Oh my gosh, Ruby, that tickles so bad. I have a whole shelf about angels and fallen angels. So I've got Paradise Lost and the Divine Comedy. A lot of these you can get these free. I've got mythology and folklore, and some of these are really old, like the Book of Werewolves by S. Baring Gould. This book is let me see if I can get it to open. Loading new title. This book is ancient. There we go. No, don't open the fan fiction. We're not reading that right now. Project Gutenberg. (1865), the Book of Werewolves. I mean, how cool is that? 1865. And this is stuff that you can find. It's on Project Gutenberg. Celtic Folk and Fairy Tales. This one is from, I'm not going to pull up all of them, but this is from, I mean, look at the cover on this. That's part of the artwork of the book. This is from, say this 3 times with your eyes shut and you will see what you will see. How am I supposed to say that? What does that even say? That's what I mean. This book is ancient. Here's a, what do they call those things? An etching. Does it even tell me when it was published? Doesn't even tell me when it was published. So Project Gutenberg is a really good resource for all these really old books. The Fairy Faith in Celtic Countries, Bullfinch's Mythology, The Age of Fable, The Religion of Ancient Celts, More Celtic Fairy Tales. All those were free. And what's cool about them is how old they are. That's what makes them interesting. And all that stuff was free. So that's stuff that's in my bookshelf as well. It's just on my Nook. Yes, I have a tablet, but I don't like reading on my tablet. I like reading on my Nook. It feels like a book. And it's made for reading. The tablet is not. This is made for reading. And I really, really love my Nook. I have had this for ages. I really love it. So anyway, those are some books that are in my collection. It's basically my entire collection of witchy type books right now, but honestly that's all I need right now. If I go to the used bookstore and I find something, I get it. If I go to the used bookstore, like, and I'm looking for the middle book of this Merlin series by Mary Stewart, I'm gonna grab it. You know, but if I do find pagan or witchy books or philosophy books or anything like that that would belong on this shelf, when I'm at the used bookstore, I will buy it because I have credit there for trade-in books. So, you know, you can't beat it. I mean, I think I pay like $1 for tax, and you pay a little bit on the books. So I'm not going to turn them down if they're cheap, but I'm not going to go buy any brand new ones either, because I have reading for a lifetime here. So anyway, just wanted to share that. I hope you guys are having a great day, and take care. Blessed be. Bye.